Depression is a real thing. It's a real thing. And if you have people in your life who's struggling with depression, don't tell them to just get over it. Don't tell them to just forget about it. Don't tell them to just forget about that person. Don't tell them to just move on and get up and, yes, encouraging, that's good. But some people can't just get up. And some people can't stop sleeping. And some people don't have an appetite. And some people lose interest in the things that they used to love and stuff like that, right? There is a difference between having depressed moods and being clinically depressed, right? We all have depressed moods. We all do. Everybody has depressed mood. But depression is not something that you can just jump out of, right? And so that feeling of hopelessness is a real thing. But I want to tap into something else. Depression is a real thing, right? That's a fact. But also from a spiritual standpoint, it can also mean that you're just really not attached to your soul. There could be so many things in your life, in your family, that doesn't feed your soul. It could be so many things in your life, in your family, that have so many dark experiences and so many dark things in your life. There could have been really painful things that happened to you in your life, heinous things, like horrific things that happen. And maybe people in your life and in your family is not really taking it so seriously. That can also bring on a major feeling of hopelessness and a major feeling of depression because you feel alone and you feel not connected to your soul. When we're connected to false things, that can also bring on depression, right? Because false things are everything that we don't connect to, right? So if something happened to you in your life and in your family and everybody is just like, that can make you feel so devalued. It can make you feel so unseen, and it can make you feel like you don't matter and you don't count. You know what I mean? So years and years of feeling that way, and years of being dismissed, or dismissed on the things and the subjects that matter to you, or dismissed on the things that happen to you that's not really being discussed or even, validated for you, right? That can bring on depression too. And I know this, right? Because running groups and doing therapy and all of those things, and in my life, right? And in my trauma and those things, like, there's so many things that create that feeling for you. So many people hate medication. They feel like, I don't want to, and I get it. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm a licensed therapist. I don't push pills, but I will say in my field, sometimes it's okay to take medication to regulate yourself so that you can have clarity and think about the things, right? It's okay to start to pick apart your life and start to pick apart the people in your life that doesn't see that in you, or doesn't, you never got the recognition that you needed, or you never got those things. Like, people don't understand that you do mourn that. You absolutely mourn that. And also don't minimize what you're feeling, right? Because other people can make you feel like you should minimize the things that you've gone through, and that you should minimize the things that you've seen. Do not minimize the things. If people have a problem with that, that's their problem, right? This is your healing journey. This is your story. This is your experience. And people don't have the right to tell you what that should look like for your life. They don't. When I'm doing couples, I say that all the time. Like, you can't tell someone how they feel. You can't. Because my experience, you can't tell somebody what their experience is. right? We have conversations with people and we communicate through the lens of ourselves, not through the lens of people. We through the lens of our own experiences, our own trauma, our own stories, right? So that's so important to know. Yes, depression is serious and it's something that you should definitely look at. You know, it's a feeling of hopelessness and it's a feeling of nothing is ever going to get better, but it absolutely will get better. Are you living in your honest truth? Are you surrounded by the people you love the most that you don't, you know, that don't get you, that don't understand you? That could definitely give you depression. If you are around all these people that you love so much, but they don't get you, that's hard. That's a hard concept. It really is. It's a hard concept to grasp, but it's a real thing, right? So don't minimize depression. If you're feeling it, start to peel away at the things in your life. You don't have to verbally say anything, just intimate, right? Get a little book, start writing down the things that you feel. Because the things that you feel, you may not even realize until you write it down and you're actually looking at it and you're like, wow, I didn't know I felt that way, you know? So it's super empowering and it will definitely help you move in the right direction.